Welcome back to our series, 7 Financial Blind Spots. I'm here with Alvin Darien. Darien Alvin, just kidding. I'm not going to do it every time.
Okay.
I promise I won't. I'm not the only one. You get mailed with your first name being Darien,
yes,
don't you?
all the time, yeah. It's just one of those things I had to learn to live with over the years. So.
Yes, Alvin Darien.
Thank
and
you.
His book on the author page is Alvin Darien, and the book is called 8 Financial Breakthroughs. And a wonderful new release, 20 years in the making. And don't feel bad because the first book takes the longest, and then next one, they all come faster.
Yes.
You said it was 20 years in the making?
20 years in the making. So the first book was Don't Let Adversity Steal Your Legacy. That's more on the emotional side.
Oh.
The 8 Financial Breakthroughs is more on the logic side.
Okay.
So I wanted to write both of the books with no charts and no time stamps so that it can continue to grow. One thing we don't learn in school is money, and money is a tool that we use every day. I believe it should be a subject in our school system.
I do too.
Because the 7 blind spots, the 7 financial blind spots, very important. We should put this in the curriculum in our school system.
Agreed. So I thought the topic of this discussion for a few minutes, inflation, stagflation, it's getting a lot of new nicknames these days. And I want to ask you a question about inflation. Why do you think they never report the true number?
Well, it depends on what they're reporting, right? So when you hear inflation is up, what are we measuring? Is it milk, gas, bread, basic things we need? Or is it something like asphalt, concrete, like building material? So it's a difference when it comes to inflation. I remember driving my Honda Accord. It was a 1991 Honda Accord EX. It was white. I had 17-inch rims on it, 12-inch speakers in the back. I thought I was doing something.
You bet.
And when I go to the pump and put gas in that car, it was $10 to fill it up. $10. And so now we fast forward today. That was back in 2003, right? Now we fast forward today, and I have an SUV. We have a family car and SUV. It was $87 to fill up.
Oh my goodness.
So look at the difference just in that. Now, bigger tank, bigger car, but that's a big difference. And another thing to really look at is the cost of your electric bill. You notice it's going up. Everything's going up, so your income has to go up as well. Or you got to have some kind of fixed product that can keep up with inflation.
And you can talk to people about that.
Absolutely.
So when they come in and say, I'm worried about inflation, I'm worried about my savings diminishing, I'm worried about my retirement not going to be so rosy because of this inflation.
Well, what is the number one concern of the inflation? Because is it your spending habits? Do you spend more than you save? The great thing is that we are having a conversation because most people avoid. So there's 3 types of people, and I have it in the book too. Savers, spenders, and avoiders. So we cannot avoid the topic of inflation. We got to make sure it's on the surface because that could really wipe out your retirement and it could limit your spending. Think about it. Grandpas are not driving Oldsmobiles anymore. They're driving Teslas. Right?
Yeah.
They don't have a flip phone anymore. They have a smartphone. So it's a little different, right? So people are traveling more. People are living life more because now they have an opportunity to do it. But if inflation impacts your spending power, that will impact your lifestyle.
And I think it impacts our emotional side because we think we're going to have to stop going to Starbucks and start buying, coffee in the can from the grocery store.
Or you can get a Starbucks cup and just go home and pour it in there and then you can still feel good. Or we may start seeing people walk around the grocery store with calculators. Remember back in the day?
I sure do.
They had on the buggy, they had the calculator on there.
I sure do.
We may have to bring that back or put an inflation chart on the buggy so we can really get that feeling. So
you're so full of ideas. All right, it's Alvin Darien, and he's a 2-time author. The 8 Financial Breakthroughs is his current book, and we're talking about, in this segment, inflation. Next segment, taxes on 7 financial blind spots. Don't leave us.